Hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game, live on this Thursday at Circa Sports in Franklin, Kentucky, at the Mint at Kentucky Downs, just over the border. You can come out and watch baseball. They got that going on right now. And also the Sweet 16 coming up tonight. And you could even watch the Predators tonight if you wanted to. We say hello now to Greg Wyshynski from ESPN.com, presented by Old National Bank. Get old. Greg, what's up? How you doing?
Well, what's up is that, as a Mets fan, I am experiencing opening day as only a Mets fan can, where they knock Skeens out the first inning, and they'll probably end up losing the game. This is just like what a Mets fan has to go through every single year with this nonsense.
I feel you. I haven't decided how I'm feeling as a Braves fan yet. I know pitching is not great with the injuries, so who knows? Season could be over by August.
The Mets season is usually not over until mid-August. That's when they go on an epic losing streak and blow their playoff chances. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, my problem right now is vibes. Like, they feel very Yankee-esque in the sense that they look like a collection of hired guns. So I gotta find out if we're gonna have some Mets magic or not with this group.
The Predators, though, have the largest win streak in the National Hockey League right now, having won 5 in a row, and they're 7-2-1 in their last 10. They sit in a wild card spot, 3 points out of the first wild card spot, and 3 points to the good. And my co-host has suggested that General Manager Barry Trotz walk around Bridgestone Arena shirtless, just proving that he knew more than everybody else.
Thank you.
He has said nobody wants to see that, but we'll see. But I mean, look, man, this Preds team, they don't know any better, and they're playing great right now.
When do we get the Barry Trotz just kidding press conference and he's the GM next year? That's
I know, right? Barry, you want to stay on?
I was looking into the numbers. Like, first of all, their power play has been sick since the Olympic break, and Stamkos and Forsberg have been big reasons for that. Their goaltending's been awesome too. Both of them have been playing really well. And defensively, I think the Preds are, top 8 maybe in the league since the Olympic break. So, you can kind of see the underlying reasons for why they've stabilized their season and have been moving up the standings. Of course, everybody around them in the Western Conference wildcard race has helped. I think they've won as many games in a row as the Sharks have lost in the last year or so. So we'll see where it all goes. I mean, right now, I mean, you have to say that they are the odds-on favorite to finish in that second wildcard spot based on everything that's happening around them. But they still have to take care of business.
Have you learned the name Matthew Wood yet? Because this kid's been incredible.
Well, I was aware of him before the incredible stuff, just because of his NCAA background, and so it's been awesome to see. And I know that they were very high on him. I know there's a lot of people around the league that were high on him, but it certainly has been interesting to see his sort of maturation this year. He's got some good people to learn from, like Forsberg and Marchessault, and I think that's certainly benefited. But when you talk about like good young players that can certainly use the experience of a playoff push and hopefully some playoff action, I think Wood's top of the list.
Greg, I think it's a universal question if you ask Barry Trotz or Andrew Brunette, why now? Why are you playing good now? Where was this in October, November? And nobody's really got an answer, and it drives you crazy. So I ask you, Greg, why are they doing this now? Why are they playing so well now?
I mean, well, let's start with one thing, which is that anytime a team starts rolling like the Predators are, it always begins in the crease. So the fact that they're getting consistent goaltending from both guys, I think, has certainly been one of the big reasons why things have sort of, come together now. But other than that, I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe they just needed a bit of a reset that the Olympic break afforded them. I think also not having the team broken up at the trade deadline probably factored into the thinking too of, okay, we're all here, we're all in this other. We might as well just keep pushing forward. I think part of that is also veteran pride. I mean, there's a lot of guys in this roster that would like to be in the playoffs, are used to being in the playoffs. And although, from the outside looking in, you might think it's a lost season. I think a lot of these guys just want to keep pushing and see if they can salvage it.
Well, not only that, but, I mean, you got a team that's got two guys with goals in their 30s. So you got Ron O'Reilly's got 24. There's 11 games left to play. I mean, you're seeing this, and what a lot of us Preds fans thought, Greg, like, all right, we should have saw this last year. We're seeing it now. And Chase and I talk about that, and he said at the Open, I think these young guys don't know any. We had Roman Yossi on. He said the same thing. Like, the young guys just know to come in here and play their butts off. And I just think right now it's all working, and let's keep this going. And then who knows? I mean, they're winning games left and right. Saros is playing great. Just keep this going. You've talked about, Greg, about this road trip they got going on next week. Get these wins at home and hit the road and hang on from that moment on.
But to your point, it's like where was that? And maybe the young guys needed some time to kind of like find their groove or whatever. But in theory, this is the kind of mix that you love in the NHL. You love you love looking at a guy like Stamkos, who's still performing at a high level. You love seeing a guy like O'Reilly, who's having a resurgent offensive season, and then you bolster those types of players with the next wave, the youth movement, and. Maybe it just took a little bit of time for it to all come together, but it's come together now. And again, what's ultimately your reward? It's probably to get spanked by the Avalanche, and that's never a fun time. But who knows? I mean, if the goaltending can take a game or two in a series against Colorado, as much as the Avs have been the class of the league this year, I don't think that they are necessarily unbeatable in the playoffs. And you got to be in it to win it. So even if you're fated to be one and done in the playoffs, you might as well just see what you can do against guys in the round.
Yeah, I mean, give me 2 home games in the playoffs as opposed to 0. Hey, listen, Greg, here's the best thing about this run. The whole, we got to fire Andrew Burnett, that talk has been done since like mid-December, thank God.
That's the tricky part, right? It's like when your team does have a strong second half and closes well, it's sometimes hard to read into it, and it's sometimes you end overreacting to it. I think the team they're playing tonight's a great example. Like the Devils have been really good since the Olympic break, and Jack Hughes has continued to play out of his mind now that he's healthy, and they're winning games, they're getting some goaltending. They look like the team we all thought they'd be this year. And then, what happens in the offseason? Well, 2 months ago, everybody wanted the GM and the coach fired. Well, if the team plays all right down the stretch, do they buy themselves some extra time? So, I'm a Brunette fan. You're a Brunette fan. I think, he would have paid for sins that are out of his control if he had been fired this year. But there's other aspects of this team that probably need some tweaking. And does making the wild card, I don't know, make the organization make some decisions they shouldn't make otherwise if they were, 10 points out? I don't know. But again, as of right now, that's going to be somebody else's problem and not Barry Trotz's.
Greg Wyshynski is with us from ESPN. What is the rule on a guy like Brady Martin, who played 3 games to start the year? He goes back to juniors. I know he has to finish the junior season. Could he rejoin the Preds when their season is done?
I believe he can, and then it's just a matter of the total games and burning the entry level contract and all that stuff. But I think that's okay. Although there is the wrinkle of playing earlier this season. That's a good question. I'm just glancing right now, I'm freestyling. No. I couldn't tell you for sure because it is an interesting question. I know I'd like to see him. I think his game certainly would make things a heck of a lot more interesting in a series, let's say, against Colorado. So, hopefully he can.
Well, and also he just turned 19, which in there that rule that goes to effect next year where you can designate one player to go to the AHL and not to juniors if they're underage. Yeah,
they're still negotiating that too. Like, the idea of maybe trying to even expand that beyond that too. So, good question. I wish I had a better answer for you, but honestly, that is not one of the 50 things I've been working on this week.
Look, here's 51 for you. Listen, if they make the playoffs, and I'm serious about this, and Chase brought up at the beginning, Greg, if they get in and have a home game, you need to come down here because we're going to get Trot shirtless around the concourse. Hey, it's for the entire game, not just one period.
I don't think he's going to.
He's going to walk the entire concourse shirtless and beat his chest how this team got in the playoff when we're all like, what the hell did he do at trade deadline? So you come on down, Greg.
I would love that. Usually they keep me local for the first round because the Islanders or the Devils or the Rangers are playing. As of right now, there's a very good chance that nobody in the New York metropolitan area will be in the playoffs.
Oh,
the Islanders are on the outside. Yeah, the Islanders are on the outside looking in right now at Ottawa, and obviously the Devils and Rangers seasons have been done for a while. So I might be traveling and twist my arm to go down to Nashville on my company's dime.
We'll get you a room at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Bad thing, you got to hang out with us, which is the bad thing. But could you imagine front page of ESPN.com, Predators GM Barry Trotz shirtless to all his haters? I'm telling you, man, we're going to do this.
I think you then run into some problems with people's not safe for work filters,
right?
Allowing them to access ESPN.com anymore. So
just when your bosses start making the assignment, just say, would you rather go to Buffalo or would you rather go to Nashville? Just leave it at that.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, like, in all honesty, there's some really fun and interesting teams in the playoffs. And some great stories, but not having Fort Lauderdale involved this year is kind of a jar thing for your boy, having spent copious amounts of time around the elbow room where the Kachucks hang out. So let's. I gotta find another party spot in the playoffs.
Well, we can help you if you come here, Greg. Appreciate the time as always. We'll talk to you next week.
Anytime.
That is Greg Wyshynski, and he is presented by Old National Bank. Get Old joins us every Thursday at 2. We'll react to some of that. Preds back in action tonight against the New Jersey Devils. We'll talk about that next, live from Circus Sports in Kentucky, 102.5 The Game.
Out it comes on the right wing. Marchessault tries to play it around Orlov. Wood brings it in. He's got a 2-on-1 with Forsberg, and he scores! Matthew Wood, a quick snapshot, comes down through the right circle, and the Predators retake the lead. It's 2-1.
Pete Weber on the call. Matt Wood, 16 goals on the year in 60 games. Has had a fantastic rookie season. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. As the Preds in action tonight against the New Jersey Devils. They'll play tonight, they'll play Saturday night, and then hit the road Sunday in Tampa, and then a long West Coast road trip, their final road trip of the year. These games are hugely important.
Absolutely they are. But you know what? Go on the road. They went on the road last time and had a great road trip. You bond, right? You bond with your guys. And I think Barry Trotz has always told us, he loved going on the road because it's your team versus the world. Like here at home, it's like, hey, can you go to Publix for me and get milk? Or we don't have any diapers. Or, all that stuff that's important. I get it. But on the road, it's all like, all right, it's us versus the world. And so it begins tonight versus the Devils. Interesting what Greg said. If the Rangers, Islanders, and Devils don't get in, when's the last time that happened? I don't follow hockey that close, but
I'd have to.
That's
look.
something, man.
Yeah, that would be interesting. The New Jersey is very much out of the playoffs right now. However, they have won. They're 7-3-0 in their last 10, so they've been playing well.
Not bad.
And, those are dangerous teams when they're out of it. So no slouch. And then Montreal on Saturday. Montreal currently sits third in the Atlantic Division with 88 points. So they're in the playoffs. That should be a tight matchup. Tampa Bay on Sunday. They're second in the Atlantic Division with 93 points. And then, like I mentioned, to start the month of April, they're on the road for 5 games. So you got the Kings a week from today in L.A., then San Jose, back to L.A., Anaheim, and Utah. And these are all teams, except for Anaheim, that you're battling with for playoff spots. And then you come home for 3 against Minnesota, San Jose, and Anaheim to wrap up the regular season.
You know what I told you, buddy? One game at a time.
1 game at a time. 11 more, but the next one is the most important.
The Devils
one.
tonight, you treat them as that's the greatest hockey team that's ever played.
Yep.
And go out and win tonight. This is fun. Winning is fun. Same thing. That's why I hope the Titans have a good season. The winning is fun. Look, when they're bad, it's great sports talk fodder. Everybody calls in, is upset. I understand all that, but at the same time, winning is fun. This is fun for the Nashville Predators. The vibe in the arena is fantastic, and it should be tonight as well as they take on New Jersey, and of course Saturday taking on Montreal. But winning is always fun, and it cures almost everything when you do that. Faux show.
Faux show. Yeah, I agree with you. So just got to just keep getting those points. You keep winning, everything is going to be good. Dr. Crane says 2018 was the last time all three New York Metro teams missed the playoffs.
Okay. Well, that's what's happened before, 8 years ago, 9 seasons ago.
Yeah. So, by the way, I was
buddy.
texting with our buddy Ryan Porth today, and he's at opening day with the Cubs with his station, The Score, there in Chicago. And so I was listening to a little bit of them, and it's hard to believe it's been 10 years since that World Series team.
10
years.
10 years.
And like half those guys were retired.
Who was the catcher that was really good?
David Ross was
That's it.
one of them. Schwarber, I think, was on that team.
Schwarber.
Right, Nick?
That's correct. Chris Bryant was a third baseman, Rizzo at first.
Yeah.
Chris Bryant's continuously on the IL for Joe's favorite team, Colorado Rockies.
Love the Rockies.
Yep. Can we get our Rockies update for opening day?
You sure can, Chase. I'm glad you asked. I mean, the Colorado Rockies are one of those teams to keep your eye on this, I guess you'd say, not preseason, but the MLB. Let's see here.
They've already been eliminated is what I'm seeing.
Well, yes, that is true, but they play at 6:10 against the Miami Marlins, or at the Miami Marlins. So
you talk about two teams that are just terrible, hapless franchises.
I think there's more people at Circa today that are going to be at that game tonight down in Miami. We laugh about the Rockies, our great audience, because last year, Dr. Crane, I think you were off, and Dr. Crane gave an update, and I was curious, and I said, what's Colorado's record? And you were like, well, they're 7-50, something crazy, right? What just an awful
19 and like 78.
Yeah, that was it, yes. And I was like, what? You're like, yeah, they're 19 and 78. And I was like, good Lord. I mean, how do you get that bad? Not terrible, but you're just awful. How does ownership allow that? How does a GM allow that? Hello?
I mean, that's why you have a lockout. That's what they're going towards.
Yep.
Because the Rockies suck, you're going to lock out baseball?
Because you need a salary cap.
How about drafting better?
Well, they draft really good. It's just that they're a farm system for major league teams.
Yeah, and then they can't afford the players, and so they go elsewhere.
The Dodgers are never going to go for the salary cap. Neither the Yankees will either.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, teams are going to fight it, but players are going to fight it in some ways. But it's going to happen. I mean, there's going to be something that's going to happen with it.
Oh, this isn't good. I mean, it's going to be like lockouts are bad.
Bad for business. But
94 was terrible. They canceled the World Series in 94, and in doing so, got one of the biggest baseball fans to turn his cheek towards baseball, and that was one Joe Dubin.
Yep.
Said, I'm done with baseball. You know why? Because the Expos would have won the World Series in 94. They were loaded.
Maybe.
Don't you give me maybe. And my fantasy baseball team in 94
they had to beat a little team out of Atlanta.
Was on. They had to beat him. But Braves couldn't. The Expos had their number.
Yeah,
You can shut your mouth
We'll see.
over there. You're lucky.
Probably not.
But I had the best fantasy baseball team ever. I mean, I was so good, and they stopped it in 94, man. I was so awful. And then they missed, April of 95, getting everything back together. So, hate strikes. I hate lockouts. I hate all that stuff. Ruins the game, man.
A couple of scores around Major League Baseball. In New York, the Metropolitans lead the Pirates of Pittsburgh 7-4 in the bottom of the fifth. In Milwaukee, the Brewers lead the White Sox 4-1 in the top of the fourth. Also in the top of the fourth, the Nationals lead the Cubbies 5-2. And at the end of one, no score in Baltimore between the Twins and the Orioles. Back to you, Jim.
Hey, by the way, that update brought to you by Martha White Flour. Make sure you get your bell bonds. Martha White Flour, the only flour for you.
I love Tennessee.
That was well timed, Dr. Crane. Well timed. We will have more coming here from Circa Sports Kentucky here on 102.5 The Game. Jason Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday. Opening day in the major leagues. Should be a national holiday, in my opinion. And also the Sweet 16 tonight. The Preds in action tonight, so it's a big sports day for sure. Let's go back to the phones driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. Adam in Portland calling in. What's up, Adam?
Hey, man, I guess I missed it early. That's what Nick was telling me. But Will Wade's back with LSU.
Yeah.
Have you like? Is there a more villainous group of coaches that could be under one building? Because I hate the basketball coach probably worse than anybody. And then Lane, of course, burning Mississippi the way he did Tennessee. And then this dude, like, just juggling violations. I don't know, man. I'm just sitting here looking at this like that's got to be part of the interview process for them. Is like if you have any type of morals or ethics, we don't want you. We want just the worst collection of people. I didn't know that, man. I was stunned that he got hired back there.
That news came out earlier, and I don't know. I'm not going to sit here, and say, because I've, obviously talked about my personal connections with the Wade family, but can you really say he's a bad guy that he got caught doing what pretty much everybody was doing at the time?
I don't know.
I mean, yes, it's cheating. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not condoning it, but it's what everybody was doing, and now it's legal.
Okay.
So that's why he's back. He's back because it's legal. Sean Miller's at Texas because all this is legal now.
Well, didn't you just say he went a few weeks ago and said, I love NC State?
Yeah, now, and I think that's why some people are like, they always get after the coach that's like, oh, I'm committed, and then 2 weeks later they get a bigger check. I'm out. See ya. But again, you think Will Wade's the first one to do that?
Shaq had a great thing about going pro and after his junior year at LSU and said, if IBM came to me and said, I'm going to pay you $20 million, are you staying in business school?
Yeah.
You're not.
No.
You're leaving LSU.
You're going, right.
You're going to do that. I mean, you're going, and that's the whole thing. As long as you're happy, I don't care what you do. And so, but Adam's got a good point. I mean,
Jay Johnson's the other one, the baseball coach, that I guess people don't love him. So
he just won a national title in 23.
No, they love him at LSU. I'm just saying, like, outside.
Okay.
You got Kiffin, Will Wade, what's her name?
Kim Mulkey,
and then Jay Johnson.
Well, I mean, Adam's got a good point. That when you texted like Will Wade's go back to LSU, I'm like, that rat bastard. I mean, that's the first thing that came to my mind. So
wasn't there an article or something that like the AD or somebody was like, that it's not going to happen? Like,
I'm sure. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
then it happens.
Here we go.
Look, he's a hell of a coach. We went down.
He wouldn't be.
He's won everywhere he's been. He won at McNeese State last year.
Right.
So good for him.
And the only reason I know McNeese State is because, well, they played Midland football or something a few years ago, or Vandy or one of them. But then because of Will Wade.
Yeah, right.
That manager that they have there and all that stuff. So
that's right. And then Vanderbilt played them last week in the opening round.
Yep, and won. But so there you go. And then games tonight, you got Texas, Purdue. That's going to be the first one to tip. Iowa, Nebraska, Arkansas, Arizona, and then Illinois and Houston. And then tomorrow, I love you, tomorrow. Tomorrow,
Vols,
St. John's and Duke, Alabama and Michigan, Michigan State, UConn, and then Tennessee and Iowa State.
Should be a good game.
Sweet 16.
There's a Johnny Majors connection between Tennessee and Iowa State.
Is there?
Johnny Majors used to coach at Iowa State.
Was he an assistant?
I think he was a head coach there.
Before Pittsburgh?
He was.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
I'm almost. Let me double check here. Got my staff working. I tell them, let's see what we can do here. Johnny Majors. He was some connection to Iowa State. How you guys doing? You doing good?
Well, I'll give some lines since we're at Circa.
Yeah, head coach, 68-72.
Juju. Purdue is an 8.5-point favorite against Texas. I think Texas's run comes to an end tonight.
That's rude.
Against Purdue. Nebraska is only a 1.5-point favorite against Iowa. It's going to be a good game.
Yeah. Did you know that they're going?
Thank you. Arizona, an 8.5-point favorite against Arkansas.
Arizona team's really good.
They are, but
Let's go Arkansas.
I might take the points on that.
All right.
Houston is a 2.5-point favorite against Illinois. Tomorrow, Duke is a 6.5-point favorite against St. John. Michigan, 8.5-point favorite against Nate Oates in Alabama. UConn is a 1.5-point favorite against Michigan State, and Iowa State is only a 3.5-point favorite against Tennessee.
Ooh, that's not
bottoms.
That's not bad. I'd love to see Tennessee make a nice little run.
How about that? Mike Keith's first year at Tennessee, he's calling a Sweet 16 game.
By the way, he sounds like he's having the most fun in the world.
He does.
He sounds fantastic.
We saw him at the SEC tournament, and you were like, Mike, you're doing a great job. We don't know what you're doing. And he goes, I don't either. I'm just having fun.
When Mike Keith told us that he prepared for a year,
Yeah.
like subscribed to like 78 universities and their broadcasts and studied and prepared and studied, I was like, there's a reason he's successful and there's a reason I'm not.
Yeah.
Because
No.
Mike puts in the work,
Well, because
man.
he left. I mean, it was about a year ago he left the Titans.
Yep, it was.
Was it before the? Yeah, it was before the draft. So he about a year ago, and then
I think it was like January,
yeah,
like right
goes
after
to
the
Tennessee.
season. Yep.
Goes to Tennessee and was able to shadow Bob Kessling and all of that. So
It's again, he sounds great on the radio. He sounds almost as good as you, Chase.
well, thank you very much.
And that is hard to do.
It is hard to do. 615-7371. By the way, I was wrong earlier. The Braves play tomorrow, so some fan I am. I got to figure out how I'm going to watch.
Why
the
can't
games,
everybody
too.
play on opening day? Why
don't know.
what's going on here? By the way, who won last night on your little Netflix show?
The Yankees won big.
Yankees won big. Okay, so Vitello started at 0-1.
He did. Yep.
Did you watch any of that game last night?
I didn't watch one pitch.
I consumed it all.
I did not watch.
River had homework. That's
Yeah,
that a
he
boy.
did. We had to work on it.
Yeah.
So.
We love River.
We love River. He's a good boy.
Dr. Crane, did you watch all that last night?
I did. I even watched pre and post game.
Okay, God bless you, man.
I mean, they had Barry Bonds, Albert Pujols, and Anthony Rizzo on the panel. I was like, why am I not watching this? And they had a lot of great insight. Barry Bonds talked about how he declined an offer from the Yankees, from George Steinbrenner. He said, I need you to sign this contract by 2 p.m., and he just hung up the phone and went to lunch.
That was a great story.
Yeah.
I did see that clip.
It's just
That
crazy.
was a great story.
They had
Otherwise, he
that.
probably would have been with the Yankee.
Exactly. And I don't think we would have seen the rest of, the Yankee empire, unfold. I think it would have definitely changed the direction of that franchise.
Well, there's another story, too, that I saw of Terry Pendleton talking about that John Shorholtz reached out to him. It was either Shorholtz or Bobby and was like, hey, we got a chance to sign Barry Bonds. And Terry was like, absolutely. Let's. And, John's like, well, would you be worried about what it would do to the clubhouse? And Terry says to Shorholtz, you worry about the money, I'll worry about the clubhouse.
Oh, nice.
The clubhouse will be fine. You worry about getting him here, and then I'll take care of the clubhouse. And it never happened, but, I mean, that's crazy to think about, if Bonds had signed with New York
Right.
or with Atlanta or whatever.
Didn't Maddox turn down more money at the Yankees to go to
Yes.
Atlanta?
Yep, because he wanted to work with Smoltz and Glavine
Smart.
and the pitching coach.
Mazzoni?
Leo Mazzoni.
Yeah, Mr. Mazzoni. I said at a Fulton County, and my friends, you're listening, we're talking about, we said at a Fulton County Stadium game at Leo Mazzoni, pitching coach, and there was a fan that was drunk on the 8th row that would not shut up the entire game. He's like, Mr. Mazzoni, you're terrible. The entire game. the energy to do that for an entire game was very impressive.
My favorite was I forgot the batter. I've told this story before, but Chipper's telling the story. Maddox is pitching, and Bobby wants him to walk whoever the batter is or whatever. And so he sends Leo out to the mound to tell Maddox, hey, I want you to walk him and set up the double play, basically. Leo walks out, and he's halfway to the mound, and Maddox is like, tell Bobby no, or something like that.
Right. I love
And
it.
Leo goes, all right. Or Leo gets up to him, and he's like, well, Bobby wants you to – and he goes, tell him to bleep off. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to hit him with a fastball, and then I'm going to hit him with a changeup, and he's going to pop up to third at Chipper, and then we're going to be done. And he's like, all right. And so he walks back, and he goes, he looks at Bobby. Leo looks at Bobby and goes, he says he's not going to do it. And Bobby's just like, that son of a, cursing. Yeah. Sure enough, Fastball, changeup, pops up to chipper.
Good, as it should be. Good for all that.
Knew exactly, but Leo's just – there's a clip of Leo just kind of laughing, like, what do you want me to do?
This is a question for another day. Should fans be allowed to yell whatever?
Not whatever.
What's the breaking point?
Yeah,
and I ask because
I don't think the problem with today's society is we don't know what the line is.
Right. The sounds. I was at a Sounds game when fans were giving Prince Fielder.
Oh yeah.
Because of his dad.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't shut up.
Yeah.
And Prince didn't turn his back, but the Sounds came down and removed the fans.
Yeah.
Your dad's a gambler. He's a loser. He's a cheater.
Yeah, that's cross.
And then I was like, good, get it. So that was always like, what's the limit?
Yeah.
Family is the limit for me.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
you stay away.
buddy.
I think you stay away from like personal physical attacks, like attacking a person's, if they got something wrong or whatever. Integrity. Yeah. I mean, don't make it personal.
I will add, last night on the broadcast, if you were streaming it on like a Chromecast or something, the TV broadcast with Matt Vasgersian and Hunter Pence and CeCe Sabathia was not coming through for some reason, but on other platforms it was. So I was watching it and listening to the stadium sound the whole entire game. There was no audio at all. But at the end, I could hear the stadium audience, and they were playing Morgan Wallen. So I guess they were kind of trolling Tony Vitello inside of Oracle Park.
Interesting. There you go. Coming up next, we'll tell you what day it is and celebrity birthdays and put a bow on things. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday. Live from Circa Sports in Kentucky here at the Mint at Kentucky Downs. They'll have baseball on all day and the Sweet 16 as well coming up tonight. So a lot going on in the sports world. How about that?
It is. Real quick, Steve Stone was on TV. He calls White Sox games. He was Harry Carey's partner for many years. Still doing well. He's 78 years old. So for all those who grew up watching Cubs games in the afternoon, and Steve Stone was a staple.
Yeah, that's a good one. With that, let's get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays.
Okay, first on this list today, it's a short one, but a good one. National Make Up Your Own Holiday. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Solitude Day is next. Spinach Festival Day, if you like your greens, get a little high in iron there. National Spinach Day is today, so it's all a festival. Purple Day is today. Legal Assistance Day is today, March 26th. And this is kind of funny. In my head, I was sounding this out. I was like, what am I doing? It's National Nougat Day. So, almost mispronounced that. It would have been funny.
As in Ted Nougat?
No, as in like the chocolate.
I know. I got you.
Yeah, I'm
there,
glad.
buddy.
Yep.
Is that it?
That's it.
We should charge you a vacation day. All right, up next, time for celebrity birthdays. Dr. Crane, you get to go first today. You ready?
Ready.
How old is former Heisman Trophy winner Marcus Allen?
Oh, boy. I'm going to go 43.
64.
66. Good job, Chase. Chaser, how old is John Stockton?
72.
68.
64. Dr. Crane, how old is Kevin Seitzer? Former baseball player, won a World Series with the Braves in 21.
I'm going to go 35.
Who was it? I'm sorry.
Yeah, thanks for paying attention. Kevin Seitzer.
The hitting coach? 56.
64. One of the most underrated tight ends of all time, Wesley Walls. Played with the Panthers. He's an Ole Miss Rebel. Chase, this is you.
54.
60.
60 exactly. Dr. Crane's up 2-1. Dr. Crane, how old is Von Miller?
39.
36.
37. Chase gets that one. We're tied at 2. Chaser, how old is Kyle Van Noy?
35.
36.
35 exactly. Chase is up 4-2. Dr. Crane, how old is Diana Ross?
Diana Ross is 68.
80.
82. Chaser's up 5-2. Chaser, how old is Steven Tyler from Aerosmith?
Steven Tyler, 68.
74.
78.
Wow.
Dr. Crane, how old is Vicki Lawrence from your favorite TV show, Mama's Family?
Mama's Family. Every Sunday. I'm going to go 77.
That's pretty good. I'm going to say 80.
76. It's 5-3. Chase, how old is Martin Short?
60.
64.
76. Dr. Crane, how old is Jennifer Grey? She was in Red Dawn, and she was also in Dirty Dancing.
67.
65.
66. That's a push. Chaser from The Sopranos, Michael Imperioli. That's like Tom Brokaw. How old is Michael Imperioli? Jeff Gallulia.
He is 62.
60.
60 exactly. We got a game. It's tied at 5. Friend of the show, our best friend, Dr. Crane. How old is Kenny Chesney today? Kenny Chesney.
58.
Dang, that's what I was going to say. 59.
57. Dr. Crane's taking lead 6-5. Chase, how old is Leslie Mann? She's married to Judd Apatow.
53.
51.
54. We're tied at 6. Speed round. Here we go. Dr. Crane, how old is country singer Ronnie McDowell?
67.
72.
76. Chaser, their FRA connection. How old is country songwriter Dean Dillon? We're tied at 6.
78.
74.
71. Dr. Crane, how old is talk show host Lisa Gibbons?
53.
70.
69. Chase is up 7-6. This is good. Chaser, how old is the lead guitar player for Smashing Pumpkins, James Aha?
58.
53.
58 exactly. Chase up 9-6. Dr. Crane, how old is rapper Juvenile?
45.
50.
51. Chase has got 10. It's 10-6. Chase, how old is Face the Nation moderator Margaret Brennan? It's one of those shows on Sunday morning you've never watched.
I've watched it.
It's 10-6. Come on, man.
53.
81.
She's 46. Our last birthday. Dr. Crane, how old is rapper Jaquan? J-Quan.
I'm going to go 33.
38.
40. Chase McCabe. It's tied at 6. He wins 11-6. Well done, buddy.
Thank you very much.
You rolled
Thank
through
you,
that.
Thank you very much.
He plays hard to get there, Dr. Crane, and he just rolls
Tough,
through
man.
there.
He's tough.
Right? Makes it happen.
Our GM says it's James Iha, not Aha.
It's Aha on the show. What, Iha?
Yeah.
Then it needs to be spelled Iha.
I agree. Yeehaw, I agree. It's going to do it for us here today.
We love every show. Look, we love to have a good time. We only have a good time because you guys are involved. And to our guys out there, please go to therapy. You want to shut me up? Go to therapy. That's how you do this. Again, we tell you every day that you matter. You're beautiful. You're strong. You're wonderful. And I say all the time, look at all you've been through. Look at all that's gone wrong in your life. You're still here. God's got a purpose for you. We need you here. Your journey's beautiful. Please know how much that we love you. Go to therapy, and please know more than anything else in this world how much God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. DVD coming your way next on 102.5 The Game.